Good morning. Welcome to our Sunday morning hymn sing. I'm Susan Simpson, the accompanist for the 10:45 service, and I'm glad you're joining us. Well, as I'm sure you all know, this is Thanksgiving week, so it seemed only appropriate that we start with "Now Thank We All Our God," which has quite a history. It's a popular Christian hymn, which is found in many denominations' hymnals. It's translated from German, Nun danket alle Gott, written in 1636 by Martin Rinkart. Reverend Rinkart was a Lutheran minister who came to Eilenburg, Germany at the beginning of the 30 Years' War, which was from 1618 to 1648 in Europe, primarily in Germany. The walled city of Eilenburg became the refuge for political and military fugitives, but the result was overcrowding, severe disease, and famine. Armies overran it 3 times. The Rinkart home was a refuge for victims, even though sometimes it was hard for the Reverend to provide even for his own family. He somehow managed to help the refugees. During the height of a severe plague in 1637, Rinkart was the only surviving pastor in Eilenburg, conducting as many as 50 funerals in a day, estimated over 4,000 in a year, including his own wife's funeral. Poor man. Rinkart was a prolific hymn writer. His hymn this one appears under the title Tischgebetlein, which is a short table prayer. By the time the peace treaty of Westphalia was signed in 1648, it was widely sung at the table before a meal. This hymn is used in Johann Sebastian Bach's cantatas. It was harmonized for voices as part of his great 18 chorale preludes. And the now standard harmonization was composed by another famous composer, Felix Mendelssohn, in 1840, with its original German lyrics. Mendelssohn's setting of the chorale, Hymn of Praise, was used in his Symphony No. 2, published after the composer's death. So what a long and rich history this song of thanksgiving has. Now thank we all our God. Now thank we all our God with heart and hands and voices, who wondrous things hath done, in whom this world rejoices, who from our mother's arms hath blessed us on our way with countless gifts of love, and still is ours today. Oh, may this bounteous God through all our life be near us, with ever joyful hearts and blessed peace to cheer us, and keep us in God's grace, and guide us when perplexed, and free us from all ills in this world and the next. All praise and thanks to God, who reigns in highest heaven, to Father and to Son and Spirit now be given, the one eternal God, whom heaven and earth adore, the God who was and is and shall be evermore. And once again, we're reminded that even in times of terrible strife, that believers can be thankful. Our next hymn is another of our requested hymns, so please remember that you can do that. If you have a special hymn that you want to hear or sing along with, please submit those. This is Be Still, My Soul. Katharina von Schlegel was a German evangelical Lutheran nun. I hadn't realized there was such a thing. She wrote the words to this hymn in 1752. The lyrics were translated into English in 1855 by Jane Borthwick. Later, the words to this song were set to the tune of Finlandia. It's a serene hymn-like section of the larger symphonic poem of the same name. It was written in 1899 by the Finnish composer Jean Sibelius. It was later reworked by the composer into a standalone piece. It's one of the most important national songs of Finland, but it's also been used as a tune for many Christian hymns. And we are reminded of the Psalm 46:10, Be still and know that I am God.
Be still, my soul, the Lord is on thy side. Bear patiently the cross of grief or pain. Leave to thy God to order and provide, who through all changes faithful will remain. Be still, my soul, thy best, thy heavenly friend, through thorny ways leads to a joyful end. Be still, my soul, thy God doth undertake to guide the future surely as the past. Thy hope, thy confidence, let nothing shake. All now mysterious shall be bright at last. Be still, my soul, the waves and winds still know His voice who ruled them while He dwelt below. Be still, my soul, the hour is hastening on, when we shall be forever with the Lord. When disappointment, grief, and fear are gone, sorrow forgot, love's purest joys restored. Be still, my soul, when change and tears are past. All safe and blessed we shall meet at last.
And our final hymn for this morning's hymn sing is All Things Bright and Beautiful. It's a personal favorite of my own, and it's also a hymn of praise. It seems appropriate for Thanksgiving week. The words are by Cecil Alexander, which is a lady. She wrote it in 1848. She was an Irish woman who used the Apostles' Creed to teach her Sunday school class, and she set portions of the creed to music. The original setting was a traditional English tune, later arranged by Martin Shaw in 1915. Now, another reference to this hymn is by the author, James Herriot. That was the pen name of James Alfred White. He wrote autobiographical tales of being a veterinarian in the English countryside. Perhaps some of you have read those. He was best known for his books with titles from this hymn: All Things Bright and Beautiful, All Creatures Great and Small, All Things Wise and Wonderful, and The Lord God Made Them All. These are some of my favorite books, and I'm not alone. They were international bestsellers, and they have been adapted for film and television. So the theme goes on: all things bright and beautiful.
All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made them all. Each little flower that opens, each little bird that sings, God made their glowing colors, God made their tiny wings. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made them all. The purple-headed mountain, the river running by, the sunset and the morning that brightens up the sky. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made them all. The cold wind in the winter, the pleasant summer sun, the ripe fruits in the garden, God made them every one. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made them all. God gave us eyes to see them, and lips that we might tell how great is God Almighty, who has made all things well. All things bright and beautiful, all creatures great and small, all things wise and wonderful, the Lord God made them all.
If you happen to stay for the 10:45 service, I'm going to be playing a lovely arrangement of this hymn as my prelude. I hope that in this coming week and beyond, that we all remember this hymn's beautiful words of praise, that all things wonderful, beautiful, great and small, the Lord God made them all. May we all enjoy the bounties of this earth. See you next Sunday.